Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. And we are at verse 66 of chapter 2, continuing with the description of a sage of steady wisdom, the person who is fully steady in the wisdom and therefore is experiencing the benefits of it. And the response of Lord Krishna to Arjuna describes those sensations, and we are continuing with that. Verse 66. There is no knowledge of the self to the unsteady, and to the unsteady no meditation is possible. And to the unmeditative there can be no peace. And to the man who has no peace, how can there be happiness? 67. For the mind which follows in the wake of the wandering senses carries away his discrimination as the wind carries away a boat on the water. Now, question. What is the thing that we are after the most? Some people say it is life. We want to live longer. And the yogis say, think deeper. Why do we want to live more? What is the thing that we are really after? And they tell us it is happiness. Anything and everything we do is to feel happy. This is the main thing that we aim all our actions and desires at, to be happy. And this is why this very, very important verse 66 touches upon this thing. And it concludes, it says, to the man who has no peace, how can there be happiness? Now what's happening with us? We say, I want to be happy, so I externalize my senses. I go and look for objects which I think will bring me happiness. Remember verses 62 and 63, I'm giving my power over to the objects. So this is how I look for happiness. I go outside and I say, if I get a new car, this will make me happy. If I get this ice cream, this will make me happy. If I get this dress, this will make me happy. If I go this way, it will make me sad. If I meet with this person, it will make me upset, and so on and so forth. So we're constantly trying to maneuver our way towards the things that make us happy and away from the things that make us unhappy. And this verse 66 is telling us you're going about it completely the wrong way. Because by what you're doing, you're losing your peace of mind. And when you lose your peace of mind, there can never be happiness. So what do? Swami Sivananda tells us, the man who cannot fix his mind in meditation cannot have knowledge of the self. The unsteady man cannot practice meditation. So when the mind is unsteady, we cannot practice meditation. We all experience this. We sit for meditation and the mind goes after all the desires and the repulsions. He cannot have even intense devotion to self-knowledge, nor can he have burning longing for liberation or moksha. He who does not practice meditation cannot possess peace of mind. How can the man who has no peace of mind enjoy happiness? This is very, very, very much a key. We are looking for happiness outside, and by this search we're making the mind agitated. Once the mind is agitated, it can never be happy. This is what it's telling us. Once you cannot sit for meditation, you cannot find peace of mind. No peace of mind, no happiness. So we're engaging in self-defeating actions. The action is meant to get us happiness, but it gets us exactly the other thing. It gets us far away from happiness. Why? Because we go with desires. Desire, or Trishna, thirsting for sense objects, is the enemy of peace. There cannot be an iota or tinge of happiness for a man who is thirsting for sensual objects. Why? We saw this in verse 62 and 63. There will always be anger. Where there is anger, there is no happiness. The mind will be ever restless and will be hankering for the objects. We discussed that too. Only when this thirsting dies, meaning not dies because it killed forcefully, only when our knowledge takes us beyond this thirst, does man enjoy peace. Only then can he meditate and rest in the self. So if we want this happiness, we should go the right way. If we go the wrong way, not only we will not get happiness, we will get away from happiness, and we will get the opposite. We will get misery that is born of anger. So this very important verse is telling us, don't go there. And it tells us the mind which follows in the wake of the wandering senses carries away his discrimination. Remember, if you let your mind run wild after all the sensual objects, giving your power over to the objects, then it will be carried away from happiness, carrying away from discrimination, from peace of mind, as the wind carries away a boat on the water. It's just the natural cause of things. When you let your mind run after the senses unchecked, it's carried away from happiness. This is the teaching here. Therefore, 68, O mighty armed Arjuna, his knowledge is steady whose senses are completely restrained from self-objects. So, to go back, why did we start talking about pratyahara? Why is it so important for the knowledge to be steady? Why is it so important for the knowledge to be steady? For us to be happy, because the teaching explains to us again and again and again, there is no other way. And what are the other things we need to know about the sage of steady wisdom, and how can this help us? In the next talks. Please join us. Om Shanti.